Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into Kajal Aggarwal's character Divya in Kavalai Vendam, 2016. A romantic drama that, beneath its lighthearted tone, explores ego, emotional distance, modern marriage struggles, and second chances. Directed by Deekay, this film may look like a colorful rom-com on the surface. But when you observe closely, Divya's character carries more emotional complexity than we initially realize. Divya is introduced as a confident, modern, independent woman. She is not someone who revolves her entire identity around marriage. She has individuality. She has emotional expectations. And most importantly, she has self-respect. Her relationship with Arjun, played by Jiiva, is not built on hatred. It is built on miscommunication and ego clashes. And that's where her character becomes relatable. Unlike many traditional romantic heroines who silently endure emotional neglect, Divya chooses separation. That decision alone shows her strength. She does not see divorce as failure. She sees emotional unhappiness as a bigger failure. But here's the interesting part. She doesn't leave because she stopped loving Arjun. She leaves because love without understanding becomes exhausting. That emotional exhaustion is subtly portrayed by Kajal Aggarwal through body language rather than loud dialogues. In early scenes, you can sense frustration in her tone. There's irritation, but also disappointment. Divya expected partnership. Instead, she feels like she's constantly negotiating her emotional needs. Another strong layer in her character is expectation versus reality. She entered marriage with hope, romance, and emotional security in mind. But slowly, routine, ego, and misunderstandings create distance. Kajal plays this shift beautifully. In flashback-style moments or romantic recollections, she appears softer. In present timeline conflict scenes, she appears guarded. That contrast is intentional. Divya builds emotional walls, not because she wants to, but because she feels unheard. One of the most relatable aspects of her character is pride. She wants Arjun to realize his mistakes on his own. She doesn't spoon-feed him emotional instructions. That silent expectation creates tension, and that tension drives the narrative. When circumstances force them to reconnect, Divya doesn't immediately melt. She observes him. She studies whether he has changed. That cautious re-engagement feels realistic, because reconciliation in real life is not cinematic. It's awkward, it's hesitant, it's layered. Kajal captures that hesitation convincingly. There's also a playful dynamic between them that resurfaces gradually. Their banter carries history. Their sarcasm carries unresolved feelings. That chemistry adds warmth to the film. But beneath the comedy, Divya's internal conflict continues. She asks herself, is love enough? Has he matured? Am I willing to risk getting hurt again? Those unspoken questions define her arc. Another psychological element in Divya's character is emotional independence. She doesn't collapse emotionally after separation. She functions. She rebuilds. She moves forward. That resilience makes her admirable. At the same time, the film shows that independence doesn't erase memory. There are moments where you can see longing in her eyes, nostalgia, regret. Kajal expresses these emotions subtly, through pauses before speaking, softened expressions, and lowered tone. Divya is not written as flawless. She has ego too. She avoids initiating difficult conversations. She expects understanding without always expressing vulnerability. And that human imperfection makes her believable. As the second half progresses, Arjun begins realizing his emotional immaturity, and Divya slowly allows space for growth. But she never compromises her self-worth. That's key. She doesn't go back out of desperation. She reconsiders out of emotional clarity. In lighter sequences, Kajal's charm keeps the character engaging. Her comic timing blends naturally with emotional scenes. That tonal balance prevents the film from becoming heavy. But emotionally, Divya carries the thematic core that marriage requires communication, not just love. One of the most important messages her character represents is this: modern relationships fail not because of lack of love, but because of lack of emotional effort. Divya wants partnership, not dominance. She wants emotional presence, not casual comfort. By the final stretch of the film, her character softens, but not weakens. There's forgiveness, but also mutual understanding. There's affection, but also maturity. Kajal Aggarwal delivers a performance that feels grounded. She doesn't exaggerate heartbreak. She doesn't overplay anger. She keeps everything emotionally balanced. And that realism makes Divya memorable. Another subtle layer in Divya's character is emotional fatigue. Sometimes in relationships, the biggest damage doesn't come from betrayal. It comes from repeated small disappointments. Divya's frustration isn't explosive, it's accumulated. It's built from moments where she felt unheard, unseen, or emotionally dismissed. Kajal portrays this beautifully through quiet expressions, a tired sigh, a distant look, a delayed response. Those small acting choices communicate years of emotional buildup without heavy dialogues. There's also an important contrast between independence and loneliness in her arc. Divya proves she can stand on her own, make decisions on her own, and live confidently without relying on Arjun. But strength does not cancel emotional attachment. The film subtly shows that even strong individuals feel the absence of companionship. Kajal balances this duality carefully. She shows pride in her independence, yet a softness when memories resurface. That emotional duality makes her character feel layered rather than one-dimensional. Finally, what makes Divya's journey satisfying is growth, not just in Arjun, but within herself. She learns to communicate more openly. She becomes more aware of her own emotional walls. Reconciliation doesn't feel like surrender. It feels like evolution. Kajal Aggarwal ensures that by the end, Divya isn't the same woman we saw at the beginning. She's calmer, clearer, and emotionally wiser. That quiet transformation completes her arc in a mature and realistic way. Overall, in Kavalai Vendam, 2016, Divya represents the voice of modern women who prioritize emotional compatibility. She is confident, vulnerable, stubborn, forgiving, and emotionally layered. She doesn't just exist to complete the hero's journey. She demands emotional growth from him, and that's what elevates her character beyond a typical romantic lead. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown of Kajal Aggarwal's character in Kavalai Vendam, make sure to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Let's Splash for more deep character analyses. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.